Let's talk about the classroom lead.
Hmm.
What are some challenges that you're seeing, and maybe even opportunities? Because I don't want to make it seem like it's all bad or all good, right? Like, so what are some of the good and bad things that you're seeing about incorporating? Because I would imagine you have. I mean, it's 2025, and when it's like you have this amount of incredible tools available to you, why wouldn't you help students sort of like leverage them, right? And so with that, I'm sure comes some good and bad things. So talk to me about that.
Oh yeah, I use it every day in the classroom in different ways. So I'll leading up to a class, I might look at something that's trending in our work lives. For example, like last week, DeepSeek was trending, and was t- crashing, like talking about how it was disrupting AI and crashing the stock market and stuff like that. So it's like, and I'm teaching business in the digital age, so it would be crazy for me not to talk about this trending topic. So I popped an article into ChatGPT, and I said, can you give me some ideas and for some rich discussions that I could have in the classroom around this theme? And it gave me some good ideas. And of course, again, I have to use my critical thinking skills and be like, okay, well, that makes sense, but this doesn't make sense. And I could take a little bit from this idea and a little bit from that. And I know that I had this amount of time, so I might have to adjust it. So I use it for coming up with interesting in class activities. I how it's affecting students specifically is they're utilizing it. And so as an educator, it's important that I teach them how to use it effectively. And actually, one of the things that you mentioned that I became more aware of after you shared this thought leadership was, just little things like when it does writing, you notice that it always has very similar prompts. Like a blog post will say "in conclusion," and there an emoji and an exclamation mark in a social media post. Overuse of emojis, and so when I see this, so I'll talk to the students. I'm like, please don't just take these prompts and copy them word for word, emoji for emoji, and post it, because it's going to really take away from your authenticity, and people are going to and just like little stupid things we talked about, how like I was like, students, hey, curious, when you go to wish someone congratulations on a promotion or wish them happy birthday, do you go with the AI prompt, or do you change it up? Like, do you adjust what it says? And because you'll notice when you look through someone's birthday messages, you'll see all the people that use the AI. And is
You see
that
the
who you want to?
pattern.
Yeah, you see a
Yeah.
pattern. Is that who you want to come across in your personal brand? And I talk to the students about your reputation follows you everywhere.
Yeah.
And do you want to be known as someone who is building a brand that is really truly them, or are you being lazy? Are you like at the last minute looking at AI to solve your problem? uh,
Mm-hmm.
and so, and and I'm very honest with them. I'm like, I've made all of those mistakes. Before you only can change your behavior once you know that your behavior needs changing. So in the beginning, you're like, wow, this is amazing. And, look how fast I can produce content. But then if you are following people like yourself and you're reading articles and you're seeing where that could take you in both a positive and possibly harmful way, then it allows you to, once you know better, you do better. And so I really
Yeah.
try to teach the students that.
I think so. And also just helping, to that thing that you were saying about how there are these tells when people are sort of like using unedited stuff. And in addition to obviously the sort of voice and making sure that something sounds like you, there's also these things. And I remember I said to my students last week before the first project was due. I'm like, if you give me reams of text, which you can, that's another tell, where there's no effort to make it simplified and readable. Instead, it's just like, let's just throw the word vomit on the person. And that's just not, I mean, we don't, yes, even real writers write like that sometimes, far too many words. But there's a way you can tell when it's from AI, right? Where if a sentence can be 7 words long, it's somehow going to be 17 words long because of all of the adjectives and the adverbs and the not only but also and
Yeah.
so yeah, I see what you're saying. You do you have to put effort into it regardless.